And we're live. How's it going, Northreach? Welcome back to the Chopping Block, the only Amtgard podcast that will temporarily quell the screaming demons in your conscience. As always, I'm your host, Hars, and returning is my lovely lady co-host, Vex.
Hello.
Also, possible vampire porg. I don't remember.
Vampire?
Oh, wait, no, not vampire porg. Shoot.
Something I don't know?
Can we start this over again? Anyway, but, so our guest for today is the Lupin Moon Monarch, Hunter.
Howdy doodly.
How's it going tonight, Hunter?
Could be better. My vehicle decided to take a dump today, and I'm not very happy about it. So,
Aww.
Yay! I'm pretty good at blowing up cars.
I mean,
and the good news is, I think it might just be a drive shaft problem. Might be a broken U-bolt or U-joint or whatever somewhere in there. Anyway,
okay.
I'm going to be having to purchase a beater with a heater to get to and from work because I am starting my new job in the next week, I think.
Nice.
Next week.
So what's the new job?
I'm sticking metal together with other metal and electricity. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Cool. I heard of that. I think they call them metal stickers. Pretty sure that's what they're called.
People call them welders, but I really prefer the term metal fuser.
Metal what?
Metal fuser.
Metal fuser. Alright.
I take two pieces of metal and make them one piece of metal. I'm just kidding. I like to tell other people to make stuff together one piece of metal.
The meta metal.
Exactly. I like to boss welders around. It's a great time.
Hey, if you can get paid to tell people what to do, I'd say it's a pretty good day in my book. I say, having never sat in a manager chair a day in my life, except for maybe my time in office, which I wouldn't 100% count.
I don't know, dude. I totally put. I'm on the board of directors for a nonprofit, and they called me the next day. I'm like, yeah, it works.
Okay, that's fair. So how have you been, Vex? You were missing during our last episode.
I've been busy with sick children. And sick me. Womp womp.
You can't see this, but I sort of budged my chair over a bit as she said that.
Yeah, is everybody feeling better?
Oh yeah. We're all over everything. Fingers crossed, knock on wood.
Excellent. That's good to hear.
Yep. So, I guess without much more delay, I guess we can get into some of these questions we got here for you, because if I remember right, these were a little bit lengthy. So let me just double check. So this first one we got here is from Richter, and that is actually what I was thinking about asking if it wasn't on here already. But when did you start Amtgard, and what made you stay?
Well, a long time ago, when I was still allowed to hang out with the 907 gamers, they did a barbecue on sometime in June 2015, I want to say.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and everybody got together and we did burgers and hot dogs. And Matt's been a buddy of mine for quite a while now, and he's like, "Yeah, these guys are fighting over here," and I'm like, "I want to do that," and so I did. And I kind of fell in love with it, but I didn't really start taking Amtgard seriously until Dungeon Crawl 2000, or not this Dungeon Crawl we just had, but the Dungeon Crawl before that.
I see.
And I was fortunate enough to be doing some work for my parents down in Kenai, and I'm like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to it. I did, and it was well worth it, because that's really actually when I started getting into the greater Amtgard culture and started making friends with the rest of you guys.
I think that was actually about as good of a time to join as I can, because that was kind of our silver age of Amtgard.
Bronze Age. There's always room to go up.
Well, no, what I mean is I know how when there's prosperous times, the first one's called the golden, the second one's called silver, and the one after that's bronze. I don't know what's going to come after that, but
I guess when you say
iron.
When you say silver, bronze, and gold, I'm thinking old Greek mythology and stuff. The bronze people, and then the silver people, and then the gold people, and then they would move back down to iron because the gods got jealous or something like that. I don't remember how all that went down. But.
I think we can just kind of play that one by ear for now.
Perfect.
Yeah, supposedly I think Ray actually has a similar story to that though, like how she ended up joining through the 907 Gamers barbecue and how she kind of stuck around ever since. She doesn't have the exact same story as you, obviously, but it's kind of funny how we ended up getting a lot of people through that same event.
Yeah, it was pretty fortunate. Like I actually learned what LARPing was watching role models, and I'm like, you know what, that looks like a blast. But I had no idea that I had no idea that was a thing until I started hanging out with Rickard. It just kind of spun out of control from there.
Yeah, Role Models is usually one of the main go-to movies when asking about this. Another's Monty Python.
Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I can't say I'm familiar with the LARPing with the Monty Python unless you're talking about the crazy guys that busted out of the insane asylum.
I mean, that's usually just sort of a go-to fantasy thing. Like, you know, when they're getting, like, 9 out of 10 times when we're going over, like, things at our newbie barbecue and we talk about, like, taking hits, and they're just like, I'm not dead yet, or like, it's just a flesh wound, or things like that. That's usually one of the... Usually it's a Monty Python reference when we're talking about, like, the basics of combat.
Yeah, I was completely pleased when Nalarian decided to wear the bunny costume for Easter and throw some Monty Python references. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. This is totally what I wanted.
I remember that. That was great.
Alrighty, our next question is from Abram. What's your favorite part about Office?
My favorite part about Office is I get to boss all of you guys around. I'm just kidding. I don't like to do that. But no, my favorite part of our Office is definitely you know, like if something needs to get done, you know, like figuring out where the resources need to come from and making sure that things get done. And I don't know, I guess as I get older, the more and more I want to be in manager-esque positions because I'm maybe not lazy, but I also, you know,
you have
a lot on my plate, and I will, you know, break my head over the concrete trying to get things done and manage everything, and it's a lot easier when you got people who can help get things done.
Okay.
And that's not always something that everybody has a benefit of. So
kind of initiative meets synergy, sort of.
Yeah, I'm really super stoked on my top 5 right now because every one of them is just stellar.
That's good to hear.
I can lean on them a lot to make sure things get handled, and you know, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like everybody wants to be really honest with me, and I try to keep myself in a mentality where people want to approach me with anything they need or problems and get things sorted out. So.
I was gonna say I admit I've been sort of like out of the loop lately, apart from like what's been going on politically in Amtgard, apart from like, you know, our little sneak peeks we get from doing our show and just like the glances I've been making at our Council of Crowns meetings, because I admit even that I've been sort of like slacking on, admittedly, but I'll get back into watching at least. So it's good to hear that things are going well. So our next one we got is from Richter again, and he asks, do you have any plans to stay in office? And if so, what direction would you like to see Northreach go?
Okay, I want to answer that question, but you cut out. I don't know who posted that question.
Richter.
If I plan on staying in office, it's debatable. I have a fiance. We're getting married in August, and she wants kids. And, you know, kids are a big responsibility, and I've got responsibilities, but if I can manage, I'd like to. I'm definitely more prone to doing positions like Prime Minister or Regent or Monarch, and I think I'm still up in the air, but I'm actually thinking about running for Kingdom Regent this next reign.
Nice.
But we'll see what happens, and there's a lot of things that are going to be like, it depends. But if if I feel confident that I can commit to a year, I would like to run for Kingdom region, and if you know, I don't think I can do a year, but I feel I can do 6 months. I might do another term in office in Loop and Moon. Whether I'm not sure if I want to do Monarch again, but maybe take 3 months off and run for Prime Minister when that position comes up again. That's pretty black and white, and I feel like I'm a fairly black and white kind of person.
You heard it here, folks.
Richter again. Who is Yogi's best friend?
Yogi is Sierra, my fiance's little Chihuahua Pomeranian, and her favorite person is Richter. Or his favorite person is Richter. That dog's a little traitor, man. Richter crashed at my spot during Dungeon Crawl this back in February, and that dog usually sleeps in the bed with us. That dog had no initiative to even try to go and hang out with us in our bedroom. He slept out on the couch with Matt. That dog's a little traitor.
See, this
So
is why
there's your answer.
This is why I'm a big dog person. Vex says she eyes her tiny dog.
But he knows we're talking about him too. He's looking at me like, "Don't judge me. Don't hate me, Hunter. I love you."
Don't tell me how to live my life, Dad.
Vex and I are eyeing her tiny dog that's laying right by us right now.
She needs a haircut. She can't even see.
Hair clippers and a Bic razor. Damn, haircut.
Okay, anyway. So, this next question we got is from Drake is, what is your favorite Amtgard thing that you've built? And what is your favorite non-Amtgard thing you've built?
My favorite Amtgard thing I built is probably my Grimstick. My 3-sided flat blade.
Okay, that's a cool thing, yeah.
I've been dealing with that design, trying to get it to go for about a year now, and I finally figured out how to build it up enough to where the foam's actually going to last. And so far, it's been holding up pretty well. Not that it's gotten too much use, but I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out, and I'll probably be making more in the future. And with lessons learned from this project, they're probably going to get quite a bit nicer looking. The least favorite thing I built was probably my first set of garb. I hand sewed every bit of it, and it was awful.
Alright. So what was your favorite non-Amtgard thing you built? As a welder, I imagine you probably have some fun building stories.
My favorite thing I ever built? I guess it depends. Running pipe, I worked down in Valdez back in 2009 and 2010 when I was a strapping young lad and trying to prove myself. But I was down on the Petrostar diesel refinery rebuild and then their low sulfur gas expansion. And even though I didn't build all of it, it's like, hey, cool, I did a thing. As far as being a structural guy, my favorite thing I probably built, we were building these this module. It's a truckable building that it came in 2 parts. And the thing overall was about 85 foot long, and I can't recall quite how heavy it was, but man, it was quite the project. And I went through, I did a lot of the detail work on it, making sure things lined up nice and neat. And when the time came to test fit it, we brought in Hannah, which is a house moving company, but they do all kinds of stuff. And we backed the 2 halves of this module building up together, and everything clicked together just right. Didn't have to take any special tools to it, just slid the bolts in, and it was fantastic. No fighting it.
That's awesome.
I hate fighting with steel. So I've spent a lot of extra time learning little tricks here and there just to make sure that I don't have to fight it later, because iron's not lightweight and it doesn't come apart easy. You do everything right the first time and it's golden. I saw a post on Facebook the other day that says a 20-minute job's one snapped bolt away from being a 3-day ordeal. Well, that's absolutely true.
That's a line of work I don't envy, but I imagine it's rewarding at least.
Yeah, I'd like to get up on the slope, man. It's like, I'd like to see some of that glory money for a little bit, but I'll take what I can get.
We've got another Richter question. What is your favorite beer?
My favorite beer? Okay, my favorite beer comes from the 21st Amendment Brewing Company. And they are based out of San Francisco, California. And they made it was a really dark, I can't remember specifically what it was, but it's called Monk's Blood. And it's this really dark beer. And it's got hints of cherry in it, and it is amazing. But it is only amazing if it's nice and cold and comes out of a tap.
See,
you can get it in a can. It's not the same. You have to get it fresh from a tap, from a keg, in a glass.
I just can't get over the fact
spectacular.
I can't get over the fact that it's called the 21st Amendment Brewing Company. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like their beers are it's a small brewery, but it's like, man, they're definitely for connoisseurs. I'm usually not the kind of guy that's like, oh, this got hints of this and that and whatever. I've tried a lot of their different stuff they got, which I've never been particularly impressed with, but their Monk's Blood on tap is stellar.
And is that a local place or?
No, they're down in San Francisco.
Ah, okay.
There was a bar on the other side of that little hallway from the, what's the name of that place? The pool hall next to Humpy's. There was another little bar back in there, like super artsy-fartsy hipster place, and they had it there, and they served it to me in a glass goblet. And,
okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't know if the place is open anymore. I only went in there once, but man, that beer was stellar. As far as drinking on the regular, which I do, I should probably stop, but I'm an adult, I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Alaska White is my go-to beer.
All right. And the next one we got is from Abram, and that is, what was the hardest part about being in office with him?
Dealing with Abram. I'm just kidding. I love Abram. He's my bro. He made my job really easy. He just kind of let me run with whatever I needed to do. There wasn't really a hard part because he didn't really, if I ever needed anything, he was right there on it. And so I'd love to power team stuff, as far as office goes with him. I was kind of wishing that he was going to run for Monarch again, but, everybody needs a break.
Yeah. I was gonna say, working with, even though I've only worked with Abram, I think it was only one term. Pretty sure it was only one term, but that one term was fantastic.
Yeah, I really hope that he gets back into it, but honestly, I don't blame him if he doesn't. Being in an office is relatively taxing if you're not prepared for it.
Well, that, and you gotta remember, no two terms are the same. Like, every once in a while, you'll probably jump through a couple of hoops that not the Monarch before or after you wouldn't do.
Yeah, that's one thing we were dealing with, not this last Saturday, but the Saturday before that. I thought that was the last Saturday of the month. But because the Salvation Army couldn't host us on March 3rd, they offered us up to 4 hours that we had on the 31st, but I thought the 24th was the last Saturday in March. So I told everybody, like, oh, be here at noon. And that really wasn't what happened. And that was carryover from Abram's reign, and he thought the same thing. So it's like, man, we gotta definitely, when you're leaving office, leave some footnotes for your next guy.
Fair.
All right, our final question is from Abram as well. What's your favorite Amtgard memory?
Favorite Amtgard memory is probably Pockets on Some Rockets.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
It's either that or Diaterin on a vitamin.
Okay, I'm taking credit for that one because I'm proud of that one.
I thought Corin posted that one.
Nope, that was me.
Nice.
Paddling on a mandolin and Deridering on a vitamin.
Perfect.
Okay, so now that we got that aside...
I think as far as, like, imagery goes, your memes are the best. Hars on cars. Like, dude, you chilling out with Lightning McQueen. You can't see me right now, but I'm holding up the Italian hand signal. Spicy meatball.
Hey, what can I say, man? It's a gift.
Perfect.
Well, now that we got the memory aside, what's your favorite Amtgard memory?
Favorite Amtgard memory? Easily Dungeon Crawl of 2017. Not this last one, but the one before that.
Right.
Was a blast.
That was fun, yeah.
That was honestly a big contributor as to why I am doing what I do within Amtgard. Because it turns out that you guys are all super fantastic, and I love hanging out with you guys, and I love the organization, and it's something that I want to see become a household name within, like, the planet.
You hear that, Vex? He said we're cool. If only my high school bully could see me now.
I'm sure you can. You have Facebook.
That's true, yeah.
You ever suppose, like, your high school bully, like, hops on Facebook, it's like, man, who's that? Jack, man, I used to beat the shit out of that kid. And he looks at you, he looks at your pictures, and you're like, man, you dressed up as a wizard, man. That would have been so much better.
Well, I think that pretty much puts us past the past our main questions we're given, and at that point, now we can go on to a part of the show that I've been missing for a while now, and that is Vex's lightning round. And for the new time watchers and for new time guests, this is basically just kind of where I let Vex go off the rails and ask whatever she wants, and it can be anything from what's your favorite Amtgard memory to what's your favorite snack to anything in between. So, Vex, with that, it's all you.
Yeah, the best one is what's your favorite snack? It's my
Beer.
favorite question. Beer?
Yes.
I didn't know what I expected there.
If it wasn't beer, you don't know me very well, Hars.
That's true.
What's your favorite
Plenty.
nerd? Sorry.
I was gonna say plenty of empty calories in beer.
Well, I was gonna say I was more expecting the munchie variety, but beer does work for that, I guess.
I don't know. I get like the same effect people who smoke pot get when I drink. Like, man, the next thing you know, like I'm cooking everything in the house because, I think that I'm Gordon Ramsay.
I just have like this image of you standing over a stove with like something in the frying pan while you're drinking a beer. You just look at the beer in the frying pan, pour beer in the frying pan, and just saute it with whatever you're cooking with it.
You do know me better than I thought.
I'm only saying that because that's a thing I've done before, and it's pretty rewarding.
I've done it with wine too. It works good.
Really?
Yes, but you got to do it. I've also used rum, but that didn't turn out so well. Good one, good over rice though. It made the chicken really sticky though.
Ooh, that seems good, actually.
Too much sugar.
Well, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
What's your favorite nerd thing to do outside of Amtgard?
Right now, I have been injecting myself full of Ark Survival Evolved. Easily the best investment on a game I've ever made. I think I've spent cumulatively $60 on it. I've got all the expansions and whatnot. But I've managed to catch it on a sale. But I am approaching 1,000 hours in that game, and that is hands down dollar per hour enjoyed. Well, I don't know if I want to say I enjoy that game. I mostly play it because I hate myself. But that's probably my favorite thing to do. That's my favorite thing to do right now. As far as other than that, I don't play D&D a lot, but when I do get to play, I love it to death. And I play a lot of video games. I've also gotten into leatherworking, which I don't think any of you have seen any of my leatherworking stuff because I can't finish a project to save my life.
That's the story of my life, man.
I guess I can finish boppers. I can do that. Just can't finish the leather because I'm never pleased with it.
It's always better to get something done and move on than to get something done perfectly.
Yeah.
I do not hold that philosophy at all. Do it well or do it at all. Or as Ron Swanson would say, don't half-ass two things, whole-ass one thing.
You know, I was kind of playing a game with myself before we started this to see how long we could go without referencing Ron Swanson, and I'm actually kind of impressed we made it this far without it.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think... I was gonna say, I honestly thought we were gonna... I had a feeling it was either gonna be you or me. One of us was gonna say something along the lines of taxation being theft, because as we all know it is, and then we were just kind of both go into our own Ron Swanson-esque tangents.
Yes, Ron Swanson is my spirit animal.
What's your favorite holiday?
I'm not a big holiday guy. My favorite holiday is probably the 4th of July. And in the words of Ron Swanson, history began on July 4th, 1776. And everything before that was a mistake.
So, should we just change the name of our show to Amtgards and Wreck?
Sure, why not? I mean, as long as it's not a government agency.
You know, that can just be like our episode title instead.
Sounds perfect.
Alright, well, I think that's a good place to stop our show then. I just wanted to say thank you everyone who's been watching, and Hunter, thank you. This has been a blast.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Alright, we hope you guys all enjoyed the show. Tune in next episode where we'll be interviewing the Kingdom Champion and doing our last Beneath the Armor segment with Lucian. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Hars, this is Vex, and you've been watching The Chopping Block. Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.